Yep, indeed. Yes, good evening, Joseph Taruvinga. Joseph Taruvinga. That sounds like Zimbabwean, eh? That sounds like Zimbabwean. So yeah, good evening. I'm not going to even waste time. I will go straight into my discussion, and of course, yesterday, we saw the pictures of Mao Sampa with President Edgar Lungu, and there has been a lot of discussion of today. There have been a lot of discussion. Mao Sampa went to apologize. No, that doesn't mean anything. The meeting doesn't mean anything. Like my brother Simon Muewa was trying to propound. I watched his video where he has come out. No, that meeting is as nothing as a bird, perching on a electric line, which is off. For me, I always respect people's views. I always respect people's views. People can say anything. But what I want to tell you is that we should sometimes, it's okay, it's normal, it's human to speculate, but we should be careful sometimes when we are making these speculations, when we are speaking like we are speaking from on a firm ground, because there might be people that know much more than you know. There might be people that know much more than you know. And this is something that I have come to learn in politics. In politics, you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful. You have to know, number one, that in politics, everything is possible. Everything is possible in politics. Everything is possible. Number two, you have to know that the all politicians, they operate, from a point of view of interest. All politicians, don't be cheated that, no, we are just here to do a service, whatever, forget it. All political parties are not charity organizations, that's for sure. And the politicians are not volunteer workers, they are not. No. We all get into politics with the interest, and that interest is to get power. That is our interest. You get power, and of course, out of that, you are able to help people, you are able to deliver. So, at any point, at any time, a politician evaluates his interests, evaluates his loyalties, evaluates his sacrifices. This is a fact. We can't run away from it. It doesn't matter who you are. At every point, a politician, evaluates his position. And, sometimes he has to even change the strategies. Sometimes he has to change even the strategies. So, and in politics, there is nothing like no trust. No, this is what I've come to learn. There is nothing like trust. We only work together in as far as our interests meet. That's what I've come to learn. In politics, don't be cheated. In politics, we only work together in as far as our interests meet. If our interests don't meet, then we are on opposite side. We criticize each other, we shoot at each other, we play Mingarato against each other, we dribble each other when our interests don't meet. As long as our interests meet, then we are friends. Then we are friends. But if Shani, I can see some of you, no. Hey, Mao's Sampa should not be trusted. Hey, Chulufatari should not be trusted. It doesn't work out. That doesn't work out. It doesn't work out. Get it from me. Politics, they have an. Hey, we should be very careful with this one. Hey, whatever. No, in politics, it is just like the game of football. The game of football, if those professionals, he can belong to one team today, the following day he can be in another team. He can play for Manchester United and he can be scoring against Real Madrid, but the following day he can be bought by Real Madrid and he will be scoring against Manchester United. FYI for politics. FYI for politics. So we don't chura nemitima, because some of you take it too personal. You take it too personal. That is how you even engage in things that are like violence. You engage into violence. Sometimes you even hate people. You hate your friends, your own friends. You start hating them because you take it too personal. Don't take politics too personal. Don't take politics too personal, especially if it is relating to people that you just support. Forget it. Politics, you need to understand that politics is fluid. Politics is fluid. What is currently happening in Zambia at the moment, particularly when you talk about Mao Sampa and Edgar Lungu, trust me, you are better off not to attach your emotions. Don't attach emotions to it, because Mao Sampa is evaluating his position. Like I told you, that a politician at every time, he or she evaluates his position. He evaluates his circumstances and act accordingly. At the moment, you don't know the position at which Mao Sampa is. You don't know. So to stop speculating, to say, if you never know, stop it. Just leave that. I stayed awake that is, so that I don't oversleep, because this has been very important to me. It is important that I talk about this. But apparently, unfortunately, so one thing which is here at the moment, all of you that follow me, both from the ruling party and the opposition political party, what you have to know is that the agenda here, we have one agenda. Many politicians who are strategic, many politicians who want, things to move in our country, we have one agenda, and that agenda is to remove Hakainde Hichilema out of State House. This is the fact. This is a fact. Things are messed up in our country, and for us to put back things in order, Hakainde Hichilema has to go. Hakainde Hichilema is a hindrance to a lot of things. Is a hindrance because, first of all, Hakainde Hichilema doesn't listen to anyone. He doesn't. It's only him. Number two, Hakainde Hichilema is very selfish. It's only about him again. It's only about him. It's only, even businesses, whatever, it's only Hakainde Hichilema. That is, we have a big problem. Selfishness ya kobati, palasti ama journalists wamba no kula Sampa, ama drinks ku State House. You can't just provide ama snacks for journalists to eat nangufe ni austerity measure, where you can't even just provide ama drinks per State House. Sure, Hakainde Hichilema is very selfish, very, very selfish. I know, even bakapokola aba mulonda and whatever, but I dishanya, because taangukirwa Hakainde Hichilema taangukirwa is very very stingy, is very stingy. Nangu nina nikane ati being frugal hawe tekuba frugal kumdala yalichira kuri Hakainde Hichilema. Then the other issue is that Hakainde Hichilema he doesn't know where he's going. He doesn't know where he's going. He's actually lost in his own lies. He's lost in his own lies, such that, you know, he has lied too much, babe, papa, such that he doesn't even know where he is. He doesn't even know where he is. So when you talk about the national policies that can move our country forward, Hakainde Hichilema is lost on that. He is really lost on that. So, and then he's very bitter. He's very bitter. He's bitter such that he's not even ashamed to go again, to go for those people that oppose him. Person like myself, he is not ashamed. Hakainde Hichilema is not ashamed to go for us. JJ Banda, Nakachinda, Bowman Lusambo, Joe Malanji, Edgar Lungu himself, and so many others. His aim is to target people. He is targeting. He has got a list of people that he wants to sort out. He has got a lot of people that he wants to sort out. And the more Hakainde Hichilema stays in power, a lot of people are going to be hurt. A lot of people are going to be sorted out. JJ has been sorted out. Ba Malanji bali parkinga. Bali parkinga ba Malanji. Kusherefya ma court cases and ama court cases are to the next extent. Bamba no kula bula na nikane. They are even hiring witnesses to come and testify. Ulia wina nikane ulio wa Kongo ulia magistrate wa ishemu kushita testify. I mean, when you look at his testimony, really, he's excited. He's excited. You can see the story that they created. You know, they created a story which he has come to tell the Zambian court. That is how desperate they are. That is how bitter Hakainde Hichilema is. And if Hakainde Hichilema comes back in 2026, kukawa akantu, a lot of people will be sorted out. Some of us will have to stay out here for a long time because of the bitterness, the vindictiveness of Hakainde Hichilema. So, and of course, you know how things are. You know, look at the commodity prices, look at jobs. There are no jobs. So, we are not just saying Hakainde Hichilema should go out of hatred for him or out of jealousy or because he's Tonga. No. It is because of these bad things that are happening in our country. That's why we're saying, Hakainde Hichilema bafuilo kuya. So the agenda is that Hakainde Hichilema 2026, he should not go on, he should go. He should go. All of us. And in doing this, all of us should be able to do something. All of us should be able to do something. And all of us should support whatever efforts that can be put, you know, to remove Hakainde Hichilema, including the issue of, you know, reconciliation between Mao Sampa and Edgar Lungu or Mao Sampa and PF. It should be there. It should be there. You shouldn't be. I mean, some of you didn't get it, you know. Those of you who have followed me, if you go and look at the comments that I've been making on Mao Sampa's page, I have always been calling for reconciliation. I've always been calling for unity. That's what I've been doing. It's not today that I've done this. I've always done that. And I also want to tell you that there have been people that have been talking to Mao Sampa. This is a fact. There have been people that have been talking to Mao Sampa in trying to unite, you know, different political parties. In trying to unite different political parties. Of course, this talking is not only to Mao Sampa, it's to different people. So, in other words, there are a number of politicians that have been talking. There are a number of discussions that have been currently going on in the country. And the reasonable politicians have been responding positively. Reasonable politicians have been responding positively. And Mao Sampa is one of those reasonable politicians. Mao Sampa is one of those reasonable politicians. Mao Sampa is not bad. Mao Sampa is not bad. He has his weaknesses, that's for sure. He has his weaknesses, like anybody else. I have my weaknesses. Mundubire has his own weaknesses. But Edgar Lungu alikuwa tama weaknesses yabo. Nakachinda has his own weaknesses. Kampyonga has his own weaknesses. And you can go on and on. We are human beings. We make mistakes sometimes. But what is important is that when we make mistakes, those who are our friends, those whom we share the interest, the same interest, should be able to embrace us. And we hug and hold hands to forge ahead. This is the situation which is there at the moment. We are looking at a situation where all of us, we can put aside our differences and concentrate on one thing, one national agenda, that Hakainde Hichilema should not go on in 2026. Not because we don't like Hakainde Hichilema, but because Hakainde Hichilema has messed up our country. Hakainde Hichilema has brought misery in the lives of Zambians, in the lives of us, in my life. Hakainde Hichilema has brought misery. I'm here because of Hakainde Hichilema. So we should have that national agenda. You young people, you should join in. You should join in. The business community, please join in. Different political players, please join in. Let's have this. I'm a little bit disturbed or not very happy with this other group that is coming up to say the Zambia we want. It's fine. They can form that Zambia we want, whatever, if it is an alliance, if it is a political party, that's fine. But I am urging, I'm urging those people that are in different political parties, okay, to come, can we come together? Once a few, Fred Membe, Nankane, KBF, let us come together. Let us unite on one thing. Let us unite on one thing. And that unity that we should unite on is that Hakainde Hichilema has messed up our country, and Hakainde Hichilema should not continue in 2026. Let us unite around this. And when I say we unite, and somebody is asking, but who should be the leader? It is very clear that at the moment, the best person is Edgar Lungu, for a number of reasons. One of the reasons is that he is a former president. He's a former president. This is the only man that is already sold out. This is the only man that commands respect among all of us. This is the only man. This is the man that has got, at least some connections better than the rest of us. This is the man that we can use Edgar Lungu to put him there and sort out the constitution, sort out some of these the glitches that we have in our democracy. So Edgar Lungu is the best tool to use at the moment to sort out a number of issues. I will not refuse to say no, Edgar Lungu is perfect. I always emphasize on this. Edgar Lungu has got his own weaknesses, just like any of us. But what is good about Edgar Lungu is that, number one, we know him. We know him. Even me, I know him now. I know by Edgar Lungu. We know Edgar Lungu. So at least it's easy for us to deal with him. Number two, he has that experience. Number three, he is the only man that at least within, he can only be there for a term and allow us to continue. And he's the only man that can help us to sort out the issue of the constitution. The Bill 10 failed. I'm sure he will be too happy, to pick up that agenda and bring it to fruition. So, that being the case, I don't think it would be wise for us to start debating, no, who should be president, no, Edgar Lungu this, no, whatever. Edgar Lungu is already sold out. is already sorted out. So let us go with a person that is already sorted out, that is already sold out. The problem that is there is that whilst some of us are working tirelessly to put things together, while some of us are doing something, we are working. I don't just come here to start talking. No. I have something that I bring out here. I move things out of this discussion that I have here. I move things. My name may not be written on some of these things, but I move things. And this is why I've got so many cases in Zambia, because I move things. I'm a mover. I'm a person that is able to initiate something and run with it. And it gets momentum. It gets traction. This is a gift that God has given me. This is a gift that God has given me. And I must be recognized for it. That is a fact. I'm a politician, like I said. We are not volunteer workers. We are not charitable organization. I must be recognized for my efforts. And upon the Kulanda, ifishinka as it were. And I will even come to Mao Sampa. In politics, this one brings in this one brings in this. The problem which is there is that when you are fighting like this, you fight. When you reach there, some people take advantage of the situation or their connection with the one that is leading. I'll give you an example. In 2015, when Vasata died in 2014, we had elections in 2015, January. That's when we had elections. When Vasata died, I was in the political arena. I was supporting Given Luvinda, a man that I respect so much. I was supporting Given Luvinda. And then, like many other people, they were supporting other candidates. You remember there were other candidates. Mao Sampa was also on his own. We had also other people. We had GBM, remember. Okay. Some of us at the end of the day, we folded our camps. Myself, Given Luvinda, we folded our camps and went and supported Edgar Lungu. A number of people did that, supported Edgar Lungu. Okay? Mao Sampa also, if you remember, there was an agreement which was made. There was that reconciliation which was brokered by Guy Scott at the Vice President's house. When that issue was brokered, of course, Guy Scott, you remember, even late Father Chirinda, Bishop James Banda, is it James Banda or Joshua Banda? Anyway, they managed to bring the two, by Edgar Lungu and Mao Sampa. From there, Edgar Lungu won the elections. And just after Lungu won the elections, Imingalato started playing. Some people who were close to Edgar Lungu, those who were being found with Edgar Lungu, started controlling things. A number of people, I don't want to go into the details of whatever, but those of you, even you people, you could remember that there were people that were busy moving around. Like my brother Emmanuel Mwamba was busy moving around. Blah, blah, blah. He did so much work. But when it came to the time of getting positions, we saw people that were really not so much in the limelight. People that, yes, they must have contributed in their own way wherever they were. But people started getting positions due to their connections. We started learning, Kwalibanoyu. And the people that were actively in the battlefield, the soldiers that were on the ground, Some of them were left out. I was one of those soldiers. I worked with Kaiza Zulu. I worked with Bachirubanama. But I was left out. When you talk about Mao Sampa was also left out during that time. In 2015, Mao Sampa was left out. Okay? So, I'm giving you an example where we fight. When we have killed the game is before us. Some of us, you put ama fences, no, whatever. And those who have, simply because they have got connection with a person that we have fought for. You see, there are people that are fighting on the battlefield. They are sacrificing their lives. They are taking the bullets. They are getting hit and so on and so forth. And when this person, to put this person in power, like we did by Edgar Lungu, there, the people now that started getting positions, it's those that were connected to Lungu. And Lungu also had his own people that he thought, okay, this one. And some of them were left out. Bakambwiri, people had to shout, hey, Kambwiri, for Bakambwiri to be appointed. Even given Lubin. Finally he was appointed as the agriculture minister. So there was that limbo. It was like there were people that said, now to fika. We have now reached, so what? And soldiers, real soldiers, some of them were left out. I am saying these things, I'm going back because I don't want the same thing to repeat itself. And I also want you to understand where Mao Sampa is coming, because a lot of you have just been saying Mao Sampa. I want you to explain, I want you to understand where Mao Sampa is coming, even how this convention came about. So I've gone back to 2015, and 2015 Mao Sampa was left out. From there, Mao Sampa really, whatever, until he was given the issue of, when there was that by-election, Yawu Mayor, and he was given the position Yawu Mayor. Whoever, spoke to Lungu, Shan, but I commend Lungu because really, at the end of the day, he had the last say. So, Lungu made it possible for Mao Sampa to become a mayor. But where we are coming from, Mao Sampa was dribbled. Mao Sampa was sidelined. But anyway, he was given a mayor. Some of us, we were given nothing. Then, after that, we had the elections in 2016. 2016, not 2016, 2020 to 2021. 2021, of course, Mao Sampa was nominated as a member of parliament, and he won in Matero, and is now the member of parliament for Matero. Some of us still, in our trying and whatever, some of us were still left out. Other people were also still left out. Of course, not everyone can go in and whatever, but I think there must be a way of recognizing the soldiers that are in the battlefront. This issue of recognizing people just because Eva Sangwa na Kateka is not good. It's not good. It brings divisions. It frustrates other people. And I'm talking about this. We don't want it to be repeated. At the moment, we are fighting. And there are a number of people that are putting in their best. But there are people that abasangwa fena na Edgar Lungu. Some of us to asangwa na Edgar Lungu. And some of us we are just not like that. Even if I were home, I'm not one of those people that naturally, no, I'm not one of those people. I don't operate like that. But does it mean that my contribution is less? Does it mean that I don't contribute much? No. No. It doesn't. I mean, some of us, we move things. We move things. And this is a fact. You can argue it with whichever way you want. It's a fact. Even this Alewere Rapo agenda, I started it. I started talking about Alewere Rapo when it was not sexy at all. When talking about it looked crazy. I started talking about it and it grew. It grew. Unfortunately, it brought problems on me. It brought a lot of problems on me. It brought a lot of pressure on me. And I was not helped. I was not, let me not say I was not helped. I was not adequately helped. Yes, each time I was arrested, there were people that would remove me and whatever, but I was not adequately helped. I was going Kumakoti on average 3 days every week. 3 days every week. Sometimes I would go 4 times. Sometimes the whole entire week, I would spend it in Kumakoti. My lawyers got tired. My lawyers wanted at least even hear fuel. I couldn't give them. And no one could come to help me. No one. I mean, a lot of people that you talk about, I didn't get the help. I didn't get the help. And yet, Ameishi Yafikiro, I was almost drowning in my own problems. They kept on piling cases on me. They really strained me. But what help did I get from many of you? What help did I get? What help did I get? What help? And when a person alea court every day, almost every day alea court, when is he going to have time to work? When is he going to have time to make money? And at the end of the day, kunganda wasangati, you have got bills, amalai takuri, you have got amenshi, ama bills, shani, abana kuma school, whatever. I was strained. But I was not helped adequately. Once a year, don't even think at church, I was not helped. What happened? What did I do? At the end of the day, I realized, and that's how I went and started pleading with Waka in the HM. But small boys and girls on social media started saying, no, Dad is not consistent. Dad is not consistent. It's not consistent. You didn't know what I was going through. Some of you were speaking in the comfort of your diaspora. And you felt like you know better. At the end of the day, I was powerless. I was beaten. I was really beaten. And I had to go and, plead with the Bahaka in the Ichirima so that maybe I can be considered. Unfortunately, I couldn't be considered because none of those cases were dropped. Except at least I had a little bit of a breather because I was not being arrested. 2023, I was not arrested. 2023, I was not arrested until Kuma last Kukuinoko, and I'm arrested this year. But at least 2023, I was not arrested. 2022, I was arrested so much. But 2023, because I had gone to submit, I had become subservient. I was not being arrested. That is how I even started my business there. Unfortunately, they maintained the cases, and I came to know that they still wanted me to be jailed. They still wanted me to be jailed. That's when I realized to say, oh, so this is the plan. And worse off, when Lungu came and paid for my fine, that's when again I'm arrested at Tampere. I'm arrested and them raiding my house. It is because I revealed that Edgar Lungu gave me money to pay for my fine. And I realized this is not going to be okay. That is how I left the country. Now, what I'm trying to give you is that whilst from outside you are seeing to say, no, Tayali is not consistent. Tayali cannot be trusted. You didn't know what I was going through. You didn't know. And in your assumption, you thought, no, Balungu walampere mpia and whatever. No. There were times when I almost walked from court going kuri Balungu to go and complain. Vamaewa Esther Lungu, I've got so much respect for her. One time she even had to pack vegetables and whatever for me because I had nothing. I have so much respect. So I reached those levels. And those guys, they kept on coming. I had nothing to do but to submit to Baka in the HDM. Now, I've given you my experience. I'm giving you my experience. What about Mao Sampa? Mao Sampa, yes, he was given mayor. But when Mao Sampa was a mayor, Mao Sampa was not respected as a mayor. Mao Sampa was being sabotaged by his own PF brothers and sisters. Mao Sampa could not do as much as he wanted because there were people who were working against Mao Sampa as a PF member. There were people that were working against Mao Sampa. There were people that barred Mao Sampa to get access to Lungu. There were people when Mao Sampa was mayor. Luckily, when it reached 2016, Mao Sampa was adopted, and Lungu prevailed over that. But that made even things worse for a lot of other people. There were people that did not want to see Mao Sampa. And Mao Sampa was complaining. Me, I know. He used to complain the way they treated him, the way they were treating him in PF. Next, because of that frustration, you saw Mao Sampa had a press conference and he seemingly supported the UPND. And when he supported the UPND, whatever he did, whatever he said, what did we see? Mao Sampa suspended. Mao Sampa suspended. Of course, I'm not faulting the people the disciplinary actions that were done. I'm not faulting them. It is not that is not the object of my discussion. The discussion that I'm bringing, the point that I'm trying to tell you is that whilst you may be saying Mao Sampa, Mao Sampa, Mao Sampa, we also have to look at how Mao Sampa was treated, what Mao Sampa went through. We need to look at it. Yes, Mao Sampa could have made mistakes, but what about us? Yes, even me, I could have made mistakes, but what about you? When I was really suffering, when I was busy crying, please, Njafweniko, what did you do? When Mao Sampa was crying, give me access, whatever, what did we do? What did we do? So, if like I've said, that the way we are treated, sometimes you make us react in a certain way. And those of you who are far away, you start making judgment. You start passing judgments, but you don't know what somebody is going through. You don't know what somebody is going through. And because of these things, the way Mao Sampa was being treated and everything, he also looked for an opportunity to get back at those people that treat him bad. He looked for an opportunity. And the opportunity was to get close to Hakainde Hichilema, was to get to the UPND. And he hatched a plan, which plan was approved by the UPND. And we saw that convention. We saw Mao Sampa taking over. With the help of the UPND, we cannot run away from this fact. The UPND helped Mao Sampa to get PF from the PF. But all of you, hey, Mauzi, Chimauzi, hey, Shan, you should also consider what Mao Sampa went through. Yes, me, I've come out, I've criticized, I've said a lot of things about Mao Sampa. But it is basically politics. And I have tried, by all means, at least to understand Mao Sampa. And throughout all this time, I can tell you, we have been chatting with Mao Sampa. Me, I've been chatting with Mao Sampa. I've been chatting with Mao Sampa. He's my brother. We talk. We talk. Because I understand him. And I'm sure Mao Sampa also understands me. Even when I criticize him, he understands me. I've not played whatever. I've been honest. I didn't agree with him to take it the way he took it. But surely there is also something that you need to look at it from his point of view. So basically what I'm saying is that whilst you may be saying, but this one, but this one, you also have to understand that in PF there have also been weaknesses which has frustrated people. In PF there's also been selfishness, where some people, yes, they made money, and they made money just for themselves. Yes, they would share ka 5 pini uku kashani, but really there are people that made money. We know. You can't fool us. You can't fool us. We know. We know by the fact that we cannot be talking about these things. It is because, we are going to destroy the unity that we're talking about. But we know. We know the money that you made. We know, Allah Imwe. We know just that we cannot be bringing this. It's a wrong time. But some of you have been so selfish. To an extent that some of you, wasanga tu muntu ule ilishanya, iwe mweba ntiwe njafu wako, ifine, tapada wala njafu wako. Awe, miromo na shuma. Everybody is coming out like they don't have. The next day, you come and hear that muntu wa mwikata na 20 million mu bank account. And you're like, uyu muntu, eonare ilishanya ko yesterday kwa wati, njafu wako ndipile kofeka 3 pin, mpele koloya. And he was pretending like he doesn't have anything. But next, we hear, vamu ikata nama million muma account. That is bad, man. That is bad. That is bad. And those are things that I'm talking about to say we need to change. I'm talking about these things so that we change. And then, there are some people, because they stay close to Lungu, because they stayed close to Lungu, because wana nati bonse vala cherera shana. Eva wana kwa na kuntansh to fabricate lies. To fabricate lies against those who are waking. This has to stop. It has to stop. By the fact that you have got time to be spending time with His Excellency, it doesn't mean that you should now start poisoning some of us. You should be poisoning Brani Mundubiri. You should be poisoning Mao Sampa. You should be poisoning. No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. You shouldn't. We appreciate you. That is your role. Moving around with the president, that is your role. It's good. But don't take yourselves as if you are the most loyal people. Some of you, you don't get to the heat. Some of us, because we move things, we are always bent. And when we are not helped, we react in a certain way. Mao Sampa also acted in a certain way. I am saying this, I want you people to understand Mao Sampa. I want you to understand Mao Sampa. And going forward, now that I've talked about Mao Sampa, that there is something that we need to look at. Even on the side of PF, even on the side of leadership, even on the side of Edgar Lungu, there is something that we need to look at. Even on the side of Bagiven Luwinda. But one thing that I'm happy about Bagiven Luwinda, I spoke about him. I spoke to him on Mao Sampa. His heart is pure. His heart is open. That's one thing that I appreciate about Bagiven Luwinda. I spoke to Bagiven Luwinda, and I can speak confidently that the man has this open heart towards Mao Sampa. And whatever happened, Mao Sampa may have felt like, no, Given Lubinda is the one that suspended me. But really, Given Lubinda was put in a position that it was difficult for him. If he didn't act, people are going to say, no, because he's your friend. So he had to act. Also to send a message to other people. That's why Given Lubinda acted in the manner that he did. It is not that he had anything against Mao Sampa. No, he didn't. But he had to act because he had to show leadership. And it was difficult because the guy that is involved is his friend. If he doesn't act, then what? People will accuse him. You see? But over and above everything, on both sides, there is something that we can look at and iron out those things. So at this point where we are going forward, I know people, you are excited. You are waiting to hear a press conference where Mao Sampa will say, no, I've handed over power to Edgar Lungu. Mao Sampa doesn't need to hand over power to Edgar Lungu. Mao Sampa doesn't need to hand over power to Edgar Lungu. Because Edgar Lungu doesn't need to be the president of PF. What we need Edgar Lungu for is to be the Republican president. And he can be a Republican president without being a president of PF. He doesn't have to be a president of PF. Going forward, because you are anticipating that, no, like some of you were saying, no, me, I'll only congratulate him when I see him give back PF to Edgar Lungu. He doesn't need, Mao Sampa doesn't need to give, President Kuli PF. He doesn't need. I'm not saying he shouldn't do it, but it should not be a priority. It should not be a preoccupation. So don't be looking forward to a statement. No, Mao Sampana Wela. No, don't be looking to that. What you should be focusing on is the unity. What is there now is the unity. There is unity. Mao Sampa is willing to work with other opposition. He's willing to work with other opposition. He's willing to work with other colleagues. But since Mao Sampa is willing to do this, I want to emphasize that we should warm up to Mao Sampa. Because if we don't warm up to Mao Sampa, if we let our egos or our arrogance get the best of ourselves, this thing will be messed up. And once it is messed up, we are in a weaker position to fight back and engage them. But if we are united, we stand a better chance. So Mao Sampa should be accepted by all of us, and Mao Sampa should be given the support for him to do the right thing. He's already doing the right things. He has compromised. Today he has announced he has appointed Ntwanikane Mulenga Kampamba as leader of opposition. He's moving. Mulenga Kampamba is on the side of Edgar Lungu. Mulenga Kampamba is Edgar Lungu's person. So he's doing the right thing already. He's doing the right thing. Mao Sampa is doing the right thing. He has appointed the deputy SG. He has appointed, I think, a chief whip. Mao Sampa is performing. Mao Sampa is doing what is right. He's the president of PF, and whatever he's doing something that is beneficial to all of us. So why should we be having issue with Mao Sampa? Mao Sampa is performing. Mao Sampa is doing what is right, what is good for all of us. Why should we not trust him? At least in this area. There is no trust in politics, but at least at the moment, we can be sure that Mao Sampa is working, on the same agenda. On the same agenda. So, don't be preoccupied. Don't speculate. What did they discuss? Did Mao Sampa say sorry? No. Be happy by the fact that those two met. That is good. Be happy that those people had a discussion. That is good. Be happy that those people shook hands. And pray that those people keep talking. Those people keep talking. What will happen tomorrow? Don't be excited. What is Mao Sampa going to do? As long as whatever happens tomorrow is for the good of everybody, that's okay. That's okay. Edgar Lungu, no, until Edgar Lungu is president, no. Edgar Lungu is not going to be made president by being a political party president for any political party, even for UKA, no. No, we don't need Edgar Lungu to be president. We don't need Edgar Lungu. No, Edgar Lungu, we just need him to be our candidate and win an election for us. That's what we want. So relax. Relax. Things are happening. Things are happening. Of course, they're not happening in a manner that you would want with the drama that goes around with it. No, this is what... No. There is a mature way of approaching these issues. There is a mature way. And what you are seeing is a mature way of approaching things. Let's support Mao Sampa. Let's give him the encouragement to continue doing this, which is good for all of us. As we are doing all that, remember, there is also UKA. There are also other political parties. There are also other political parties. So let's not forget this agenda. Let's not forget UKA, for example. Let's not forget that there is a Fred member. Let's not forget that there is whatever. That is what we should be continuing. That is what we should be continuing. That is what we should be looking at. But Edgar Lungu has met with Mao Sampa. I'm looking forward to Edgar Lungu meeting with Fred member. I am looking forward to Edgar Lungu meeting with Fred member, one-on-one. I am looking forward to Edgar Lungu meeting with what is his name? KBF. I'm looking forward to Edgar Lungu meeting with Sean Tembo. I'm looking forward to Edgar Lungu meeting with Jack Silabwe. Yes, I know these others, they are already in UKA. But what I'm trying to say is that at this point in time, it should not be surprising you when you see Edgar Lungu meeting with different people. And I want to tell you that you will see more of these people meeting with Edgar Lungu. More of these people meeting with Edgar Lungu. Because Edgar Lungu should be our candidate. He is the best candidate. Even those Abadikuna and Kane, Kuri at the Zambia we want, I am also saying, even you, please come this side. Let us converge around Edgar Lungu. Like like a queen among bees. Let us all converge around Edgar Lungu. Let Edgar Lungu get power from us, from Edgar Lungu, from Hakainde HDM. He's already sold out. No one is as sold out as Edgar Lungu. And we have no option. I'm not even going to start talking about Concord, whatever. But Concord, they just have to do the right thing. They cannot do the wrong thing. They cannot change what they created themselves, what they said. They cannot go back on that. So Edgar Lungu is definitely our candidate. And there should be a lot of more meetings like the Mao Sampa meeting. And don't be excited. Don't be preoccupied. No, Mao Sampa is going to hand over. That should not be a priority. Priority should be unity. Priority should be people not being selfish. We don't want a situation where other people are going to be sidelined. And if balanda tichikwanka vachimwena kumampalanya, meaning now that we are not in power, we must be able to see that unity. We must be able to see that embracing. We must be able to see those forgiveness, that tolerance. We must be able to see all that, so that people may have the confidence that yes, indeed, what I'm fighting for will yield results at the end of the day. People should not be doubting. Whichever Lungu Kansala, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. We should be very, very clear, and we should start showing it. We should start showing it. So that is the issue relating to Edgar Lungu meeting Mao Sampa. I don't know if I've explained it in a manner that you can understand. Basically, the issue is that there have been discussions with almost everyone at different levels, different forums. We have been engaging. That meeting that you saw, it's not easy. It's not that Mao Sampa can just stand up and say, "Na akuli balungu," and you find him there sitting waiting for him. No, it doesn't work out like that. It doesn't work out like that. It is because people have been talking here and there, reasonably. And Mao Sampa has been also reasonable. So he should be supported. Mao Sampa should be supported. That is the issue. Those of you who are close to Edgar Lungu, Nami Papat, stop making others, alienating others. You should stop, because we need all of us. We need Mundubire. Especially some of these people, Paravena Mundubire, Emmanuel Mwamba, and others, Some of these people, they have done so much. Their names may not be written in the history book to say they did this, but some of these people, they are part of what you are seeing now. And it must be harnessed, because if it is not harnessed, fyala onaika. Nifira kwa timuchiwembe walandati, ichipuba chaitira omuto, impandamano shatobera panshi. Ichipuba chaitira omuto, impandamano shatobera panshi. If you don't handle this situation properly, we have got 2 years in between. We can lose it. We can lose it. So let us promote that brotherhood. Let us install confidence. Let us help one another. Let us help one another. I think that is what I wanted to say. I'll open phone lines, and some of the issues I will discuss them out of your phone calls. I hope what I've said has helped somehow. So the number that you'll be calling is 0333 07 6028. That is the number that you'll be calling on WhatsApp. Hello? Yes, please. Let me just put this, just hold on a bit. I didn't put this cable on. Hello? Hello?
Yes, hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello,
Please
yes,
go ahead.
hello, I can hear you.
Yeah, please go ahead.
I just want to comment on the Mao Sampa issue.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing they met with Lungu and discussed whatever they discussed.
Mm.
But I've just got this feeling like the other part of me is just telling me that Mao Sampa is not to be trusted like 100%.
if you understand that muma politics, my sister, takwa bokuchita trust 100%. Muma politics. Takwa bokuchita. You must identify your interest. What is it that you want? And you work on that. And you work on that. So at the moment, Mao Sampa, we all have one agenda, and that agenda is to remove Hakainde Hichilema out of power. Let us work on that project, and let us not doubt each other. Let us just work together on each other. The chupota ture upana ma politics yo te koba ti chupa. So let us just work together. Let us not emphasize the point yakwati yo Mao Sampa tumuchite trust. Ngaba lungu beno tinga trust. Aye. Ngaba lungu bishane wetu aweza trust. With due respect. With due respect, you know. My politics.
We're working on one go to remove HH.
So let us just work together. Not for what you pantu na bobene ba lungu. Okulande chishinka na ba lungu na bobene. He has also disappointed people. He has also disappointed people. Yes. He has also disappointed people. So who are we to start throwing stones? Now you know we never know the natural fatality. Now then I start disappointed. So so tiens fait tuombele pamo. Tuombele fait pamo. Not to what three station. Let's work together.
It's true, you're right. Otherwise, it's a good thing. Like if you know what you're about daddy, 2 years the share, but if I can go quick katana, not to be a 2 years therapy, some ya for your moon.
Udia mundu ya kukwa bokimbane na mamumeno. Takafume po fail.
Sana, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. But I know you're facing challenges here and there, but please don't stop.
Keep supporting. That's what
you're human, you can feel demotivated, but please don't stop.
No, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. Thank
you so much.
Okay. Hello? Hello?
Presidentari Mwombe.
Mkwa Mwombe.
Mkwa. Awe kumwarondorola. Wamfuika fyonse. Sana pali hine ndi mwachira sana lokwe bati selfishness ya pasana yo naola kipindi. Ebukisha ya kwali convention chine Mao Sampa na guys court. Amuvene after kwali kuikala bali abantu group li aba Mao Sampa ba guys court bashire ikala mu bachitali konzao ba guys court bali mine bamba no kulachita campaign ba Edgar Lungu na Mao Sampa wini ero yashire ikitika yako batero bashire kitaba Edgar Lungu Salabe na nani kane guys koti bashire baposa kumbali mama cyose fene fyali nkali pepo napatire no kupatira ba Edgar una tawa bwino bachitali konzao bamfana fe buno guys koti ali na nendeke ambo kula pitana leba chitali campaign bakafuta bapita bamulekeresha so ebyo fene bintu mwachitala ndafuti mwasanga tina imo mule na mapasuka mule campaign na mule yakwa mule campaign but mwasanga ati after bapita bambokulamisha mama data choa mana mfano ndonga masalo lesha ubuteko
yep tukafuni. Hello,
good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Thank you, Mr. Tayari. Sorry, sir. Good evening. But Tayari nganewa mikonga bwino nga paluendo. It's true. Sent mupokelele Mao Sampa na bwera tapole tuinga chipepi chonse. What is important mulela ndani unity. Kana yusha kunu mogo wa chipetari mwalira njepo kutira tingwa tasiminya kutira Mao Sampa tayi lila ko UPND. Nangu wadi mo permission yako na ula PF wa UPND tapele nga pera Mao Sampa wali kwa taka so mwalira njepo kunu mogo.
You know?
mwadilantira pati guys uyu akula kuntantu kumukeza njeba efishingane natibiriva muntu nzona vayupenti tafe adenda bwino efintu that's why yabwerera nokunyena yena fira kulavemba twandati umwana kasembe kalakoma kaviri wachoshani wakobeka waturufe tayari game naipo kale
cheni tukosefye
game naipo kale pani nimbona nangu niba pressing na balulumba lero pa social media na bafirwe fya kulanda let's have vayo kuba comment ni shati tref shani finish balandi na balu ebra mo mwachisa posting ebra mo mwach post ati muiba bize kutoka na finish balandi na balungu teka nyeni bonelo yamba mwamona because abantu kamulebe bati muleya opulakane kani ndi mulese kaimwe bati uvetani lombali ne mwala bera mu Zambia babaleka kabaleya tapati file chitika mu Zambia mwamona because na kubantu bako mauso ampe bale bombala bena ababa itabena chama America na kakira undi baleri na fatiyo nishuwaira na foto wala sonta chavi wala ba president baisha baso bana beka mwamona
bale yakwela na ubeni
isentu mutashoke sene tumutashoye umuntu ine plan yapanga ife bwino sentu bombelese chapa mu abantu abetule kwa ikafe bakake baleya bena nabona ulecha otherwise watufetadi tuatasha ya mamwira sakamana bambi wakala myafurishako foti kwa myafurishako mu players anti wakake aleka kade yoyu
natote
mulale buno watufetali twapata
bemkwa wana utumale kabambi batumeko na Holanda auna iwe kabambi batumeko na iwe chilishani iwe yachiputuka foni nchi yaputuka chifoni leka bati bambi batumeko na wawe lekani bambi batumeko so if you want hello
Patriotic.
Emkwa.
Mawabomben.
Abwina fuma bombena.
Yeah, Patriotic watching. Petition, whatever you do. Germans on the ground, we really appreciate what you do. Yes. So therefore, one thing I would say is that they don't know politics. Chimokatati ekawarala, I am quiva daylight. Once wale mutamba, aiva, alea no kuyako, alea once wale mutamba, tuyo kawarala daiva. Exactly, these guys, what they are doing. They don't know politics. These guys are failures. Their time will come for them to live on the daylight as well. Because every Zambian, even in one, even a child can knows that these guys have failed. Everybody knows that these guys have failed. So their time of reckoning is about to come. They can do whatever they can do, but Zambians will let them achieve what they want to achieve. It won't happen.
No.
Thank you very much, Taj.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Moi, on m'a dit que
Rien quoi.
Patriotic era proprio a Sampa muoveva parlare presidente va Edgar Lungu. inefusibe kwayo konoba tolefa ba kukabuya ageni mpaka mtu na bakambwiri na bashana bonke kutele mwapanga timu ikatele inga wina numwire i papao nishi kupiwa kwa wina kuba kona nikubatia abali kaijuku abaina bakambwiri abaina amausampa era pile kwai abaina bamundubiri abaina banani esa bati bose baikatana ero mwafwayo omuntu mungafene muri anda ndaka yabutukateve no Edgar Lungu, and it's very true that no one can defeat by HH but I don't want to pray for so whenever they run there isheni ko kula nje na kule bo
Hello? Hello?
Hello, Council.
Yes, sir.
Council, how are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you, sir?
I'm good, we thank God. The network is kind of poor, but are you able to hear me?
I'm able to hear you. Please stop calling me. There's somebody who's calling me on this line, direct line. This is my personal number. It's not for this. It's disturbing this side. You know.
Oh.
I don't use this line. Yeah, please go ahead.
Council, I just wanted a clarification from you. Just a simple clarification. You are talking of Edgar Lungu being the candidate for Oka.
For Zambians, not just for Oka, but for Zambians, those who are tired of
let me finish, Council. Let me finish, Council. Yes, you are saying Edgar Lungu should be our candidate. You are endorsing Edgar Lungu in church. And then at the same time, Mao Sampa has come back. And then you're talking of endorsing Mao Sampa as the president. So who will be who on this timeline? Who will be who? Who are we talking about here?
Now listen. Are you listen? Let's help each other here. We are not talking about elections. We are not talking about Mao Sampa standing as president. We are not. Mao Sampa hasn't said is what is going to stand. He hasn't said. It's you who is saying that. Neither have I said Mao Sampa is contesting in the next election. Mao Sampa is not contesting in the next election. The one who is contesting in the next election is Edgar Chagwa. That is a story. And we are uniting, we are getting united behind Edgar Lungu. So don't bring confusion or don't confuse yourself that Mao Sampa is not contesting. He is the president of PF. And we don't have issues with that. And we are not going to even fight. If he decides, if Mao Sampa decides to say, no, I'm relinquishing the presidential position of PF, that's fine. But we don't even have a problem. If he wants, he can stay there as president. But the one who is going to contest elections is Edgar Chagwa. Have you gotten the point?
I've gotten your point, Council, loud and clear. But what I'm trying to say here, Council, is for Mao, his agenda has always been to be the president.
Yes,
even
but
what he did
now
after scooping the PF from the original. Hold on, Council, hold on.
No. Let's not confuse each other. Mao Sampa, don't be a spokesperson for Mao Sampa. Mao Sampa, as far as the next election is concerned, Mao Sampa is going.
You are too fast to conclude what.
Because I know. Me, I know. You don't know. Me, I know. You don't know. That's why.
No, that is not where I was going, Council.
No,
that
but
is not where I was going.
No. Listen. Don't just listen to yourself. Mao Sampa is not a candidate for 2026. He's not a candidate. The candidate is Edgar Chagwa.
All right. Okay. Let's edit here. Let others for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So that's the issue. We are all uniting behind Edgar Chagwa. We are uniting behind Edgar Chagwa. On the issue of the party presidency and those whatever, those are secondary. Those are secondary because we are considering a number of factors. We are also considering other political parties that are coming in. Hello?
Yes, I just want to commend you on this. But now, I think there's something here we have to clarify. Yes, as you are saying, Mao Sampa being the PF president cannot affect Edgar Chagwa being a Republican president. But at the same time, he can cause a lot of confusion if he is not well handled, because he has power as a PF president. He can expel, he can do whatever he wants, and he can destabilize the party if he wants.
So here, my brother.
So the best we can do, the first step.
Wait a minute, my brother.
The destination.
Wait a minute, my brother. You are working on an assumption of doubt on Mao Sampa. You are working on the premise of doubt on Mao Sampa. And this is what I am talking about in this program. I am saying, let us all trust each other as far as we can trust each other in politics. Because the mistakes that Mao Sampa has made, I have also made mistakes. Lungu has also made mistakes. So it is not right for us now to start emphasizing one person's mistakes and say, no, we can't trust him, we can't trust him. No. Mao Sampa so far...
No, we are not talking about trust.
No, but you are saying he's going to cause confusion. You are talking about it can cause confusion. That is a doubt. That is lack of trust. If you trust him, you cannot think that he's going to cause confusion.
Okay, why can't he just hand over power so that there's order?
No, relax. Let's see how things unfold. I'm not saying he will not hand over, okay? But it is not important at the moment. It is not, this is the priority. No. The priority is unity first. The priority is unity. Because once we are united, I mean, and we can even decide to say, no, let's go for a convention. Remember there was supposed to be a convention, Remember?
Yes.
Of those candidates, PF, we can even say, let's go for a convention. And we choose a leader there. But we still maintain Edgar Lungu as our candidate, our presidential candidate. Okay? You understand that? So what is important now is unity. Let us all get united. Look, the leader of opposition was Brian Mundubile, isn't it?
Chavinga.
No, it was Brian Mundubile. It was gotten from Brian Mundubile, isn't it? And Mao Sampa, in consultation and the discussion that has been going on, he has removed the one that he had appointed, isn't it? But look who has been appointed. It is not Brian Mundubile. It is Mulenga. Kampamba Mulenga. So even on the issue of presidency, it is also possible that we can say, Mao Sampa might say, okay, in consultation with others, we might say, you know what, let's just go for now for the convention, a real convention. And whoever is going to be elected will be the president for PF. They must be aware that things are going to be done. Mao Sampa cannot just wake up and say, okay, I'm relinquishing the presidency, I'm giving it back to Edgar Lungu. No, I don't think this is the way it should be done. Let us first, emphasize unity. So far, we are doing good. Mao Sampa is doing the right thing so far.
Now, why can't Mao Sampa expel Chavinga from PF? Chavinga has caused a lot of mess.
If you ask from my point of view, me as Chilifatayari, what I'm saying is that whoever has made mistakes, this is not the time to go for them. This is the time to forgive each other. That is my core. That is my core. We all have made mistakes. Even Lungu has made his own mistakes. So, if we are forgiving Lungu, why can't Lungu also forgive others? Even yourself. If you are part of PF, there is somewhere where you could have also made mistakes. So we should be embracing each other. So even Chavinga, if Chavinga is willing, if Chavinga is reasonable, is willing to be part of the group, why not? Why not? Even Mr. Ground, Mr. Ground and whatever. If they are willing to be part of the group, why not? Let us unite. The purpose, the agenda is unity. All of us, let us unite.
And what of those two MPs, Mr. Nixon Chilango and the one for Poposh, the one he said for this one, the seats have to be nullified. What's your opinion?
All that, in talking, we are talking. Everything is being discussed. Everything is being discussed. And I can assure you that Mao Sampa is being very reasonable, very, very reasonable, and very magnanimous. We should just encourage him. We can encourage him by saying, thank you so far for what you have done. That will encourage him, other than doubting him. Because in the doubt, he will start doubting. And if he starts doubting...
No, as for now, unity is the only parameter.
That's it. That's it. Let us all unite. Let us all unite. If we start pointing fingers at each other, this thing will be messed up. And once it is messed up, we will lose it.
And Mr. Tayari, before I go, why is it that citizens are entertaining constitutional courts making ruling on the same issue more than 4 times entertaining constitutional court to be used by selfish individuals who want to stay in power by force?
That is an answer. That is an answer you have to give yourself. That is an answer you have to give. I will not respond. All of us, we need to think about this. The Constitutional Court, why should the Constitutional Court be used to bar Edgar Lungu? The response should come from all of us. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Defo planda pagi mausi. Shishibe Mao Sampa after meeting President Edgar Lungu.
I don't understand what you mean, Fiabaligo.
Mao Sampa, as far as PF is concerned, is not the legal president of PF. Is the legal president of PF is Edgar Chagwa Lungu. Now, after meeting the president, at that point, Mulenga Kampamba as leader of the opposition. That is where I'm failing to understand what has really happened. Because as far as I'm concerned, there is a fight in court between Mao Sampa and the other PF candidates like Benemondowile and the GPM and the rest. After meeting our president, Yabaligo, also to actually recognize that yes, he's the legitimate president of PF. Because this is where I'm failing to understand.
Yes, so listen, what you have to understand first of all is that we are trying to reconcile. We are trying to be one. We are trying to be one. And in doing that, there are certain things that you have to give in and you have to take. You see what I mean? Because if it is you are negotiating, you can't take everything. Okay? There must be a give and take. So what is wrong? What is wrong, Mao Sampa appointing somebody who Edgar Lungu has accepted? What is wrong? You get the point?
What is wrong? Yes.
We are in a negotiation. We are in a negotiation. Based on the negotiation, where we are doing a give and take. We are doing a give and take. Okay. Since hapa niwe woko itamaka, aya PF. Ukweba tinuwe uwe mwene wa PF. Niwe president wa PF. Okay, it's okay. Since na kwa tamaka, turefwa ayo kwa bati, uwa kuba leader opposition ni oyo. Why not allow him to appoint? Na kwa tamaka.
Okay.
Na kwa tamaka. Mao Sampa na kwa tamaka.
So what happens to the other members of PF, especially from MPs? Have they reconciled with Mao Sampa?
Didn't you hear Mao Sampa forgiving MPs?
Yes, I heard him forgiving them, but he left out these other two, Nixon Chlangu and the other.
Don't worry, everything will be resolved. Everything will be resolved. Emphasis, my brother.
We're hoping for the best.
Emphasis is that we are reconciling, and these things, Rome was not built in one day. Rome was not built in one day. Even me, when I'm talking here, I am talking carefully. I'm talking carefully without, there are certain things that I cannot bring out at the moment. But the point is that we are trying to unite. And
I hear you.
And all of us, we should support.
Hope and pray that. We hope and pray that if in fear we what's the concern, because the hope we have is this team plus the OCA to remove this brutal regime.
That's it.
Once we mess up with this thing, we are in trouble. So my brother, really, we are behind you by our.
Yeah. Thank you. Hello? So, what we understand is that we are trying to be together. We are fostering unity. That's what we are fostering. And reconciliation as well. It shouldn't be a point of, you watch Trefi, you watch Trefi. Many of us, we have made our own mistakes. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello. How are you?
Fine, how are you?
Okay. I wanted to appointments of Bambamulenga and Mr. Woman from Lundazi. I have no doubt those appointments are done by Israel, but why did they put back Munduvile instead?
Why didn't he put back Munduvile?
Yes.
Because what we are currently doing is uniting. Okay, what we are currently doing is uniting. We are not trying to correct the mistakes which were done. The mistakes which were done, they were done. We need to move, and as we move forward, we have to find a way of moving forward such that we are solid, we are together. That is the issue. Where, like I'm saying, you never know. Maybe we might even go for a convention. Imagine if tomorrow we go for a convention. Remember that Munduvile was a presidential candidate. You remember that, eh?
Yes.
So if we go for a convention tomorrow, I'm just supposedly we go for election for convention tomorrow, and Munduvile is elected as leader of PF. Then what? You see? So everything is being considered. It's about give and take. What is best at the moment, and what is best at the moment is Mlenga Kampamba being the the leader of opposition. Mlenga Kampamba, she's not tainted. Munduvile is on one side, Mao Sampa is on the other side. You see what I mean? So a neutral person has come up.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
That's what
for the best.
Exactly.
Whether or not we could trust at this point, we hope is in with a good motive. We would not want to repeat what has happened in the past. Otherwise,
we all know that this year is the only challenge for 2026.
Thank you, my brother. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, Mavombe.
Hey, I'm coming over.
Yeah, I'm quiet. Yeah. Mr. Tayari. Abantu n'abasira okukitandastand standpoint mulera ndapo.
Njafweniko.
Point mulera ndapo yakweba chififyonse fikesa kuntanshi nga kwabo kwikatana. Ichikaramba apa kwikatana ero nomba ifikesa fikese tusanga. Kairi ifyo abantu balefa babutukireko nga tapali ukumfwana tafya kachichike.
It's true. It's true.
Ronga kwache ukumfwana nga kwabadirapo ero ifyo fimbifinge sapo ichikaramba chakwisa myaka inde 2026 chapwa na tachangombe bwe
chisumo awe mwanjafwa. What is important, what we are fostering is unity for now. Once we foster unity, then tukekala panshi kukabo kupanshanya mano. I mean, what should we do? Or I think we do first of all, let there be unity, let there be healing. Once there is healing, once there is unity, all these issues, we can get back to them and resolve them. Yeah. Let us unite, and everyone, and this Mao Sampa situation should be an example to others that if there is reconciliation, there is understanding between Mao Sampa and those that were aggrieved. What about these others? Even others should be met. Let us put together a formidable team that can be able to confront the UPND. The UPND are not going to go without a fight. So we must have a good team that can be able to stand. I think I've made my point. I'll leave it there for tonight. Thanks very much for following. May God bless you. May God bless Zambia. Good night.